Hey guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that you're having a great week. I wanted to sit down and chat with you guys about some new makeup releases and go through and let you know which ones I'm planning on purchasing, which ones I'm on the fence about, and then which ones I'm going to completely pass over. I think there are a bunch that I'm planning on purchasing this time around, so I'm excited to chat about them with you guys. Make sure you let me know in the comments below what you think about these releases or really any of the new releases. I have filmed quite a few videos like this on holiday sets, so if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on all of the holiday releases, I will link them in the description box below, but let's jump into it and chat about the products. Okay, so there are a few products that I'm planning on purchasing. The first one is from the drugstore. It is from Wet n Wild, and it is their 10-piece brush set. So this retails for $30. It's a very specific exclusive. You can only find it at Walgreens, but you can order it online at walgreens.com. So it's in stores and online. Last year, they actually released something very similar, and I found a coupon code, so I got mine for less than $30 and I got free shipping as well. So definitely check online to see if you can find a coupon code first. So it is a limited edition set, including some of their pro brushes. A couple of these are actually existing brushes that you can find on the website. It looks like there are 4 new brushes and then 6 existing brushes. But if you guys have never tried the Wet n Wild Pro brushes, they are so good. A bunch of them are my absolute daily essentials that I use every single day. So this set comes with 5 eye brushes and 5 face brushes, and they are synthetic vegan brushes, and of course Wet n Wild is a cruelty-free brand. They're such good quality, and I don't typically buy brushes because I have a lot of brushes in my collection, but I definitely want to get my hands on that set because it is such a good deal. You get 10 different brushes for $30, and the individual brushes retail for more than $3 each on the Wet n Wild website, so you're actually saving a pretty significant amount of money and you're getting really great quality. So apparently there is a rumor that the Anastasia Amrezy highlighter is coming back, and I totally missed out on it the first time around. Honestly, I wasn't really that big into highlighters until somewhat recently, so I don't think I really had a lot of interest in it the first time it was released, but since then I've heard so many good things about it and I always see people wearing it and talking about it, so if it does come back, I'm definitely going to grab it. But the Trend Mood Instagram said it might possibly come back in December. It was like a limited edition highlighter. A lot of people love it. I've heard that it has a really nice texture and a really nice color. So if you guys have tried that, let us know in the comments below if you think it's worth the hype, if you think it's a little bit overhyped, or if you're planning on grabbing it as well. So a bunch of you guys were tagging me on Instagram last night on the new Juvia's Place palette. So they are releasing, or they just released, a new Warrior 2 eyeshadow palette. So this one is available on their website now for $20. They said that it's not available at Ulta right now, and it might possibly be in the future, but it looks like for now the only place you can grab it is the Juvia's Place website. So this is their first all matte palette, and if you guys have seen the original Warrior palette, it's a lot different than this one. I mean, there are some similarities between the neutral brown shadows, but I didn't expect this. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I didn't expect this one. And this palette is so different than that palette, but I love it. I think they would actually pair really beautifully together, especially if you are into like dark, deep, vampy shades. The issue for me with the Warrior palette is that there aren't a lot of super dark shades in the palette. A lot of them are like more medium toned, and there's like one super dark brown. So I actually think these two, or like the Warrior 2 and the Warrior 1 paired together, would be so beautiful. I love the browns. I love the dark forest green, the navy blue, and the red. The only two that I don't know if I'm going to wear very much are like these 2 brighter red corally shades, but other than those 2, the entire palette I just think is really beautiful, and I think it's a nice addition to your collection if you are a fan of Juvia's Place eyeshadows. A lot of people I think are going to be disappointed because it's not like a typical Juvia's Place palette. A lot of their palettes are very colorful, or they have a mix of like colorful and neutral eyeshadows, but at the same time they have a lot of colorful shadows, so I think they're just trying to like round out their entire collection and have some more neutral palettes for people who just want to have those in their collection and maybe prefer the Juvia's Place formula over, other matte shadows on the market. Okay, so the last product is something that I planned on purchasing. They actually sent it to me in PR, and I haven't gotten the chance to try it out yet, but I wanted to include it in today's video because a lot of you guys have been asking my thoughts on it. So it is the ColourPop No Filter Foundation Stick, and it retails for $10. It's actually available now on their website, and this one is supposed to be a weightless, medium, buildable coverage stick foundation. I think medium to buildable is great. I would like a good full coverage foundation, but these days, I don't know, I usually go in with something a little bit more lightweight, even if it is full coverage. I really like the Hourglass Stick Foundation, but that one retails for like $46, which is crazy. So I've been looking for an alternative. This one is supposed to blend seamlessly for a natural skin-like finish, and they released 30 shades. I was reading the comments and somebody said the way they numbered it looks like they're going to release additional shades, and ColourPop is usually really good about that. And then it is vegan and cruelty-free, of course. So I'm definitely going to try it out. I'll let you guys know what I think. I haven't gotten the chance to use it yet, but I really like stick foundations in general. I haven't tried a ton, but I like how they blend on the skin really easily, and you can usually build up the coverage really well. They don't tend to last a long time on my skin because I do have more oily skin, but at the same time, they usually look really beautiful and more natural on the skin than other full coverage matte foundations. Unfortunately, the original foundation did not work for me. I just don't like it. I like how it goes on the skin. I like how it looks, but it doesn't last well and it just doesn't look good throughout the day. And that really sucks because it goes on so beautifully and it looks so beautiful. So I'm really curious to try this one out. $10 seems like a great deal for a stick foundation. So I will definitely try it out and let you guys know what I think. But if you've gotten it in the mail already, let us know how you guys like it. Okay, so that leads me to my possibly category. I only have one product that I might possibly purchase that I'm kind of on the fence about, and it is also from ColourPop. So they collabed again with Karrueche. I should know this because she's done a lot of collabs with ColourPop, but it is her brown sugar collection, which looks really beautiful. So this is going to be available on October 25th at ColourPop.com, which I believe is actually the day that this video is going up. I'm filming on the 24th, but it comes with a bunch of different products. So it's a very neutral collection. If you're into super colorful collections, this isn't going to be the one for you, but there is a 9-pan eyeshadow palette which retails for $12. It comes with 6 mattes and 3 metallics, and all of the colors in the palette look very neutral. If you are into neutrals, this might be a great palette for you. $12 is a really, really good price. And then there are 4 Luxe lipsticks, which retail for $7 each, and all of them are their creme finish. And then 3 cream gel liners, which I have not seen in a really long time, and then 2 of their ultra glossy lips. If I grab anything from the collection, I'll probably end up grabbing the eyeshadow palette. I know that I have a lot of neutrals in my collection, but I just love ColourPop eyeshadow palettes, and because the price is so affordable, I usually end up grabbing the majority of them. I might have purchased the ColourPop Disney palette, even though I said I wasn't going to. I'm so good at saying no to products that I don't need. Honestly, I really am, except when it comes to ColourPop eyeshadow palettes, and I try to avoid them, and I usually can wait for a few weeks, but if I'm on the website placing an order or they have like a sale, I usually end up caving and grabbing them. They just have this hold on me. I'm wearing the Give It To Me Straight eyeshadow palette today. I just love their formula. It's so easy to work with. So I don't know. I can't help it. I really do like their palette. So I'll probably end up grabbing that because I do love neutrals. It's not like a collection that I feel like I have to go online and order right away. But if I'm placing an order or they're having like a 20% off sale, I might end up purchasing it. Okay, so that leads me to products that I'm going to completely pass on. There are 4 different products or collections that I'm going to skip over. The first one is from Too Faced. So last year they actually released a highlighter that I thought was really beautiful, but I never got my hands on it just because, again, I wasn't really into highlighters at the time, but it is their Diamond Light Multi-Use Highlighter, which retails for $34. So you can get it on Sephora's website, Ulta's website, and the Too Faced website as well, but they're releasing 2 additional shades. And the thing that I thought was interesting about this release is that on the Trend Mood Instagram, she said these are part of the upcoming Pretty Rich collection, which I haven't heard anything about. So I don't know what else they're doing, whether they're doing like an entire collection or, if this is the majority of the collection, they're just doing like a few additional products. But unpopular opinion, Too Faced is one of my favorite brands this year. I think that they've been doing some really cool collections, some really high quality products. So I'm definitely curious about the collection, not so much these highlighters, just because these particular highlighters don't really appeal to me. They're really, really beautiful, and if you are into like packaging and design, you might really be drawn to this. But for me, I'd rather grab like the Amrezy highlighter or a Becca highlighter rather than these. So I'm going to skip over them, but I'm curious to see what the rest of the collection looks like. I'm also skipping over the Fenty Beauty Fairy Bomb Shimmer Powders. These retail for $28, and they're going to be available in December. There are 3 new shades, and I think they did release like one shade of this product, but I don't know. I'm not really into like all over shimmer. And a lot of times when they show this product in like marketing photos, they are using it as like an all over body shimmer on like the chest, the shoulder, the arms, the legs. And I don't really get into like body shimmer or like body makeup in general. So I won't be grabbing it for that reason. And then of course you could wear these on your face, but I'm not really that big into loose powder highlighters. I just make such a mess. I mean, a lot of them are very, very beautiful, but I definitely prefer pressed powder products just in general. So I personally won't be grabbing these either, but they do look pretty, especially if you're into like all over body shimmer. I like that they did additional colors. So Dose of Colors is doing some new eyeshadow palettes as well as like a vault collection. So I wanted to touch on those. I'm personally not going to grab these products, but if you are into these eyeshadow palettes, I mean, the vault might be worth it to you because you do save a lot of money. So the first new palette is the Snow Angels palette. This one retails for $32. It's available now on their website and then also at Ulta's website, I believe. And it comes with 5 matte shadows. The shadows in this palette are kind of random in my opinion. It's only random to me because a lot of their 5-pan palettes are very monochromatic, but this one looks a little bit different. It doesn't have the exact same design stamped into the eyeshadows as their other 5-pan palettes. So I don't know if it's the same formula, it's the same packaging, but the entire like layout of the palette in terms of the shades is different because like I said, a lot of their 5-pan palettes, pretty much all of them are very, very monochromatic. So if you buy like the Marvelous Mauves palette, all of the shades are very mauve toned. For me, I tend to be a little bit more monochromatic with my eyeshadow look, so I might do like an all blue look, an all pink look, but never really like a pink and blue look. That's just me personally, so I won't be grabbing that palette. And then they also released the Pretty Cool palette, which also retails for $32. It's available on their website, but it's not coming to Ulta until January. So this one comes with 5 cool taupe matte shadows, but this palette does not appeal to me at all. But I know a lot of people love wearing neutrals on their eyes and that's all they wear, and a lot of people like mattes. My mom only wears matte shadows, so I actually think this is a palette that she might like, but for me personally, I'm just not into it. I'm not even tempted by it a little bit, so I'm going to skip over it. Now, Dose of Colors does have a few sets. The one that I wanted to share in today's video is the Dose Vault, which retails for $109, but it's a $160 value. So I actually think that this is a really good holiday set. It comes with 5 of their 5-pan palettes, including the new Pretty Cool palette. So 4 of the palettes are existing, and then you get the new one. And for me, I think I've talked about the Marvelous Mauves palette on my channel before. I know that I have a few times. I can't decide how I feel about the formula. I like the formula, but I don't like it enough to spend $32 on it to get additional palettes from the collection. I got my palette on sale during like an Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, and I think it was $16. And I think for $16, it's definitely worth the money, but I don't think I would spend $32 on an additional palette. If the other palettes were on sale for $16, I'd probably end up grabbing one more, but I don't think I'd end up grabbing all of them. So if you do like the formula, I think that this is a great deal because you are getting 25 shadows for $100, which actually doesn't sound like that great of a deal when you break it down like that. But I know a lot of people do love the palettes or love the formula in these Dose of Colors palettes. But I like that they bundled it together for a discount and that you're actually getting a discount. You're saving $51. A lot of brands put like some of their palettes together, but they don't knock the price down that much. And I think that they did. That's a pretty good deal. The last thing I want to talk about is the Pur Cosmetics Grinch collection. They collaborated to celebrate the new Grinch movie, which I'm kind of interested in seeing. My husband is like a diehard Grinch fan. He loves the Grinch movies, and we watch them every single holiday season. And I used to hate them, but the more that I watch them, the more that I like them. I don't know if it's just because it's part of our holiday tradition now, but every single year we have to watch them because he loves them so much. Pur Cosmetics collaborated with them to create a palette. And again, this is just one of those palettes that I'm not into at all. There's actually an entire collection, but I want to focus on the Good Enough to Steal face palette and color changing lip balm set. It retails for $42, and I believe that it is available now on the Pur Cosmetics website. So of course, I'll link it in the description box below. But again, this is just one of those products or palettes that does not appeal to me at all for some reason. It is a 12-piece face palette, so you get 10 eyeshadows eyeshadows, a highlighter, and a blush. And then you get this lip balm that goes on green, but kind of adjusts to like your perfect shade of pink. I think it's really cute in theory, and there are some pretty colors in here, but I don't know if it's like the layout or the shades in the palette, but I'm just personally not into it at all. It just doesn't appeal to me personally, and it looks a little bit bulky, and I don't know, you guys, like bigger, larger, bulky palettes just kind of turn me off a little bit. I just like sleek, thin palettes that I can easily store in my makeup collection, because I was just reorganizing my palettes the other day, and some of them are like the weirdest shapes and they just don't fit in there very easily, and they annoy me enough to like just want to pass them along to somebody else. Obviously, if I like the palette enough, I can deal with it. It's just not my first choice. So that, you know, all of that combined, it's not for me. The color changing lip balm sounds interesting, but whenever I try one of those lip balms that kind of adjust to like your perfect shade, they always end up looking like a bright hot pink on me, and I hate that shade on my skin tone personally. So I'm just going to skip over the collection, skip over the palette, but I probably will end up seeing the movie. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I think for my next purchase or pass video, I'll probably do drugstore or affordable holiday sets, because I've been focusing on like Sephora and Ulta sets, and a lot of you guys have been asking for a drugstore version. So stay tuned for that next week. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new video. Bye.